yo, B-Boy Snake Dog G, it's your boy Apex, man, and welcome to Introduction to Green Goblin video. This is just, for people that was thinking about getting a Green Goblin, give y'all an overview of Green Goblin, and, give you my thoughts on the character. Um, just a FYI, some information might be a little wrong, some information could change. It's not a malicious thing. It's just, the game is out and everything is changing. So just take it with a grain of salt. But a lot of this is just my experience, and I just want to pass that along for people that's coming into this game and they're thinking about playing Green Goblin. So, with that being said, if you like content like this, consider that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to stay tuned to all the videos that I do drop. I have a video dropping on the new uploading days, and still working on a couple of videos and actual bread and butter guides for the two characters that I'm running right now. So with that being said, let's go ahead and get into this introduction to Green Goblin. So welcome to Green Goblin's intro guide. Now we're going to talk about a few things here about Green Goblin, but first let's turn the sound down real quick. This is down, so the voices are down, so I can go ahead and talk without talking over the characters. So let's talk about who is Green Goblin. So Green Goblin is he's a weird one, right? So he's like a trickster slash a little bit of zoner slash aerial movement character, okay? And it seems like a lot and it can be overwhelming, but if you do these three things with Green Goblin, then this could be a lot easier for you when you start practicing and training with Green Goblin. So the first thing you need to have with Green Goblin is patience. Green Goblin has a lot of things going on with him. He has on the glider moves, and then he has off the glider moves that you have to know. And it could seem overwhelming. It can be, but if you take your time and practice them in chunks, then you have no problem, getting past that initial, hey, he's kind of hard phase. So the second thing I want to talk about is execution. If you look at the bottom of the left hand screen here, it shows you the easy use. The lower the stars means the harder the character, and evidently Green Goblin is a very hard character. Some of his combos, even his bread and butter combos, are a little tight when it comes to combos. So execution is his top priority. You got to make sure you can execute properly and when it counts with Green Goblin, okay? And the last thing you need to do while you're doing practicing with Green Goblin is repetition. Now, I know if you're on the PlayStation 5 and you're playing online, then if it's not acting up for y'all, that's good. Over here on the PC side, it feels like we're playing on dial-up. So try to practice with him any way you can, whether it's in story mode or you just do like casual matches against computers. Get repetitions in with Green Goblin, because characters like that, you just can't like do the bare minimum and then just try to do the most with them which you can, or you like leave and then try to come back, because Green Goblin is a hard character. So if you apply those three things that I just said with Green Goblin, you're gonna be straight. So with that being said, we're gonna be talking about like all his moves and stuff, but first let's talk about his movement. So his movement, we're gonna break it down on chunks, right? We're gonna break it down in two portions. The first one is gonna be off his glider, and the second one is on his glider. So let's talk about off his glider. His walk speed, not good. It's not good. I guarantee you, if you come all the way over here and you hold right, you can go to Walmart, do a full cart of shopping, come back, cook a full course meal, and he will still be walking all the way to the end. That's his walk speed. His walk speed is very bad. You can't even shimmy people with this, okay? His run though is pretty decent, right? It's pretty. I wouldn't say it's fast, but it's good enough. It ain't like Wolverine. It's not like Magic is kind of fast. It ain't faster than Wolverine and Spider-Man. I tell you that for sure. But she definitely quick. But compared to people like Hulk and Carnage, yeah, he's like up there in the slow area. But he's still faster than those two. But you would think with his size and slender, he'll be a lot faster. But he's not. But what's really crazy is his backdash. His backdash is really fast for some reason. And I thought about it for a little bit, and I was just like, okay. So they do have zoning capabilities like his pumpkins and his razor bats and stuff. So maybe you trying to get out of there, zone them out a little bit, and then get on the glider. That could be it. But it's unusually fast for his size. His air dash, I don't know the difference for the other characters. I haven't really done a lot of air dashing and stuff, so I'm just gonna chalk up this as this is a regular speed dashing, air dashing. So take that with a grain of salt. So now let's talk about on the glider. So you have to be very mindful of switching your brain from moving slow to fast, right? In the military, we call it hurry up and wait, right? So if you're like walking, this is like you're pretty much waiting. But if you're on your thing here, you got really fast, right? You just like moving around. It's really fast, right? And sometimes you might not be able to control it properly. That's why I said execution is very key in the beginning of the video. So you're gonna have to get used to this, right? Because this is kind of slow. This is like kind of medium, and then this is like fast, right? So you're gonna have to get used to his movements when you're playing him. If I were you, a lot of people like to go in and start doing combos and start doing, you know, some of his moves and stuff. I would like just mess around with his movement so you can get a use, or you can get accustomed to his movement. Because you're gonna have to like switch on a dime, okay? So with that being said, let's go on into his move sets. So just to piggyback off of what I said in the movement section, his kit is predicated on the glider, his batarangs, and his pumpkins, okay? And it's unique, right? So his unique button calls out his glider. So we'll talk about that in a second. Let's start with his razor. So his razors, and I know this is y'all seen the combo tutorial and stuff, but it doesn't show you and tell you how hard this character is, okay? It just tells you like what the move is, the frames and stuff like that. when you actually get your hands on it, it's a different feeling, right? So with your batarangs, you can kind of zone people out here, but you see how like crazy it looks. So he can throw it up to 3 times in a session. Now you can also chain it with your light, medium, heavy. So if you do quarter circle for, let's say, light, medium, did you see that? That medium went up, which it can be a anti-air, by the way. So you can do quarter circle for light, medium, right? Or you can do medium, heavy, or you can do yeah, you can do light, heavy, medium. You can do medium, medium. Either way, it's a little weird to get used to, but he do have zoning capabilities. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is his pumpkins here, right? If you don't know now, his pumpkins has 4 abilities, right? I think the first one is, it's like sticky. The second one is an incendiary. The third one is a poison, and the fourth one is a shock type thing, right? So this is really good for like Oki pressure. But what you have to remember is you have to know the cycle of your pumpkins. So if you're, you throw your first one out, right? And like you're comboing and you go ahead and throw your next pumpkin out, you can like bring an assist in and like do that, bring an assist in and like do something else, like do some mix-ups and stuff. Depending on what that bomb lands on, could determine some stuff. So, yeah, use this. So he have this move here, quarter circle back, which is called I don't know what it's called. I know he screams Goblin time when he does it, and this move here is it's a good like wall splat extender. See, like something like that, right? So something like that is really good, right? But this could also be, and get off me too, for his EX move, because I think it has invincibility. Maybe not, I don't think so, but it's really good. But you're not, it doesn't really connect natural. It's not a true string like this, not even the medium, it's a true string. So it's mostly for when you're in a corner for combos and stuff, like I showed earlier. Now, everybody's favorite, right? It's the glider. Now the glider is like the majority of his thing, right? You can do a bunch of stuff out of this. So let's start off with his down glider here. That comes down like that. That's down light. Then you have your down medium. But if you if you don't duck, it hits you too. You know what I mean? So there's a combo you can do it off that too. Or you do down B. Oh, sorry. You have that right there. Then you go on your glider. Then you have some other stuff too. So you have your light. Then you have your medium. Got like the little laser and the missile. This missile, by the way, is heat seeking. And then your B is like your zooms, I call it, right? And then if you hold it, then you get this like this extra move here, right? So, and then you just add on other layers like this, and just do a whole bunch of stuff, right? That's why the glider is very important to understand and how to maneuver and use it within combos, or you're just setting up stuff, right? Very, very, very important. And I think that's the last of his moves, besides his super, right? Which you can do in a combo, which is really good. And then you have your forward ultimate, which is that one right here, which is a lot more damage. And then you have your, I'm sorry, and then you have like your Tokon, which I showed earlier. So, with all that being said, that was his moves. So let's get into how you want to approach Green Goblin, or not approach Green Goblin, how you want to approach people with Green Goblin. So with Green Goblin, I've only played 2 matches, and like I said, the 2 matches that I played were fine when the game first came out, but ever since then I couldn't really get on because it's been choppy so bad. Now it's the game, the net code. Also, I live in Florida, so we get a lot of storms and stuff also, so that just doesn't help, you know what I mean? So it's like double dose of pain that I have to deal with. But the 2 matches that I've played, I kind of like to sit back, because more aggressive players like Spider-Man and like Magic, well, Magic can teleport, but she can like get up close to you, and Wolverine, I like to sit back and start spamming stuff just to see what they do. And then like if they try to do something crazy, I just like get on my glider here. That's how you really want to. You really don't want to be up here, up close, unless you're pressuring them and you're using your assist to stay in plus frames and stuff like that. But it's not like a Magic where I can just run up on you and just like try to open you up with that way. With his moves, without the glider, you can't really open people up. I mean, to me, in my opinion, it ain't like Hulk or Deadpool. Like Deadpool, man, God have mercy, Deadpool. But he's a very, very strong. He's a very, very strong character. Some people even putting him in S tier. Like I said, I didn't play that much, so I can't really put him in a tier. But for the most part, you want to play him like right in here, like right in this area, right? You know what I mean? So that's how I would approach Green Goblin. And last but not least, with Green Goblin, all I can say is, like I said at the beginning of the video, repetition, repetition, repetition. Execute, because he has, I think, some of the coolest combos. It ain't some of the flashiest combos. Unlike Deadpool and Loki, they got some crazy flashy combos. But you know, being on a glider and using it in combos is actually sick. So you have something like this. You know, something like that. Or you can do, oh, let me see. Oh, well, I hit the wrong spot, but you kind of get the idea. And that's when I was telling you, like, the speed, like, you're going fast, slow, fast, slow, fast, slow. But this unique is the last thing I'm talking about. This is the button that you're going to be using the most. It's this right here. This puts them on the glider, you know. So, but yeah, that's it. That's introduction to Green Goblin. This is not for me to scare people to get out of Green Goblin, but if you're going to play him, you got to put time into him. Okay, you got to put time into him. He is not like Captain America or Miss Marvel, because they're pretty easy. So you got to put time into him. You got to put time into him. So with that all out the way, thank y'all, thank y'all, thank y'all. If y'all stayed this long, I appreciate your time and your subscription if you subscribe. And again, if you like content like this, consider that subscribe button. Hit that notification bell to stay tuned for all the videos that I do drop Tokon related. And hopefully, that they get this netcool stuff fixed. I know it's probably gonna be a few months, but I know a lot of people playing Tokon that joined. They want to see me do Tokon, and nobody's really playing Tekken anymore. Everybody's leaving it because of ranked, and then Avatar combo system is too hard in my opinion, and then Street Fighter is boring. Even after Yasmin came out, it was boring after like 2 days. And then obviously was it Invincible versus Crickets. You don't hear nothing about that. What's the other one? Hunter x Hunter, Impact, Dead on Arrival, Mortal Kombat 1 died. So the only game we got left that is coming out next year is Virtual Fighter Crossroads. So Marvel Tokon, you dropped the ball when the game came out, and I don't know how you're gonna recover from this, but you can recover from this. It ain't like um, what can I say? Like 2XKO is not even that good right now, but a lot of people dropped that. Um, y'all have a chance to right your wrong. The game ain't been out like 3 years, like Street Fighter and Tekken. Y'all can get this fixed. Get this netcode situation fixed for the PC players, and we'll be good to go. So y'all take it easy, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.